Did you know that Williams has completely reinvented its car for the 2025 season? The FW47 has been redesigned with over 1,000 innovations, and as James Vowles says, there is literally not a single screw left where it was. Before I tell you all the details, tell me in the comments. Do you think this radical change will revolutionize F1 and open the door for a young driver like Colapinto to become a regular? What do you think? The FW47 represents a radical transformation in the world of Formula One. Williams, guided by James Vowles, has not been satisfied with small tweaks, but has opted for a complete reinvention of the car, incorporating more than 1,000 innovations ranging from aerodynamics to weight distribution. All this effort has materialized through an intense winter development program, where each component was examined and optimized to create a more efficient and agile car. Attention to detail has been essential. Critical elements such as the floor, diffuser, and side pod geometry have been reconfigured to achieve greater downforce and significantly reduce drag. This allows the car, unlike the previous model, to lose less energy in the air and improve its stability and speed in corners. Each small change has been integrated into an overall package that now offers much more refined balance and response, eliminating the excess weight deficiencies that previously limited performance. This approach not only aims to compete immediately in the 2025 season, but also lays the foundations to adapt to the new technical regulations that will come into force in 2026. Investment in new engineering processes and cutting-edge technology has allowed Williams to consolidate a paradigm shift, where technological innovation becomes the key to regaining competitiveness and leading in the near future. With the FW47, every detail counts, and that sum of small improvements translates into a car ready to make a real difference on the track. Williams has understood that in modern Formula One, success is not built on a fast car alone, but on a comprehensive strategy that spans from technical innovation to financial stability and talent development. With the FW47, the team is not only looking for an immediate breakthrough on the 2025 grid, but is also working with a long-term vision to establish itself as a strong contender in the new era of regulations that will come into force in 2026. One of the key pillars of this strategy has been investment in infrastructure and the incorporation of cutting-edge technology. Williams has allocated significant resources to modernize its factory in Grove, strengthen its engineering team, and improve its aerodynamic simulation and modeling tools. This approach has allowed the team to optimize every detail of the FW47, achieving a more competitive car that is capable of evolving throughout the season. Data from the 2023 season has been a fundamental reference point in this process. The dominance of certain teams last year made it clear that aerodynamic efficiency and correct weight distribution made the difference to performance. Williams has taken note of these factors and has adjusted its design to maximize downforce without compromising straight-line speed. This has been achieved with a complete reconfiguration of the floor and diffuser, as well as a reduction in the overall weight of the car, correcting one of the biggest weaknesses of the previous model. Financial backing has also played a key role in this transformation. The entry of sponsors such as Santander and Atlassian has not only ensured economic stability, but has also provided access to new technologies and resources. This has allowed the team to accelerate its development process and expand its research capacity, getting ever closer to the level of the most competitive teams. Each of these elements forms a strategic plan that seeks to reposition Williams at the top of the grid. The combination of investment in technology, database learning from previous seasons, and a more robust financial structure is laying the foundations for the FW47 to be not just a competitive car in 2025, but the starting point for a new stage in the team's history. The development of the FW47 not only responds to a technical and strategic evolution within Williams, but also raises questions about the future of its driver lineup. The team has made it clear that this car is not only a tool to compete in 2025, but also a key step in preparing its structure for 2026. With the arrival of Carlos Sainz and the continuity of Alex Albon, the team has secured experience and solidity in its starting lineup, but this raises an inevitable question. What has to happen for Franco Colapinto to get a seat in Formula One? The performance of the FW47 will be a determining factor in the team's evaluation of its future lineup. If this car manages to close the gap with the mid-high zone of the grid and proves to be competitive in the hands of its current drivers, Williams could consider the possibility of introducing young talent to continue strengthening its long-term project. Colapinto's presence in the team's driver academy reinforces the idea that Williams is preparing its next generation of drivers, but for this to happen, several key factors must align. One of the most important elements will be the performance of Logan Sargeant, who currently occupies the second seat alongside Albon. If Sargeant fails to establish himself and his results fall below the team's expectations, Williams could be forced to look for alternatives for 2026, and in that scenario, Colapinto could become a natural candidate. However, for this to happen, the Argentine driver will have to prove in Formula 2 that he is not only fast, but also consistent and capable of handling the pressure of leading a team. The learning gained in the 2023 season makes it clear that opportunities in Formula 1 do not depend exclusively on a driver's talent, but also on his ability to generate trust within a team. Colapinto will have to stand out not only for his results on the track, but also for his ability to integrate into the Williams ecosystem, provide valuable information in the simulators and demonstrate that he is a future investment for the team. If the FW47 meets expectations and the team manages to consolidate itself as a growing structure, the possibility of Williams betting on a young driver for 2026 will increase considerably. The key will be how the performance of the current drivers evolves, how competitive the car is against its direct rivals, and whether Colapinto manages to position himself as a viable option to make the definitive leap to Formula 1. The radical changes to the FW47 are not just a bet by Williams to improve its performance in the 2025 season, but the beginning of a long-term strategy that seeks to return the team to the forefront of Formula 1. The deep restructuring of the car, the investment in technology, and the strengthening of its driver lineup reflect a clear commitment to evolution and competitiveness. This approach will not only impact its immediate performance on track, but will also define its course for the new regulations that come into force in 2026. The technical transformation of the FW47 shows that Williams has left behind the conservative mentality of previous years. With more than 1,000 innovations applied to the car's design, the team has corrected its main weaknesses, betting on optimized aerodynamics and better weight distribution. If these changes manage to close the gap with the midfield teams, Williams could regain the prominence it once had in Formula 1. This progress will also influence the future of its driver lineup. With the arrival of Carlos Sainz and the continuity of Alex Albon, the team has secured experience and talent, but the projection of Franco Colapinto remains unknown. If the FW47 proves to be competitive and Williams continues to rise, the possibility of the team betting on a young driver in the future becomes more realistic. The key will be how the car evolves and whether Colapinto can prove that he has the conditions to take on that challenge. With this, the outlook for Williams for 2025 is clear. A completely redesigned car, an ambitious strategic plan, and uncertainty about the future of its drivers make up a scenario that could redefine the history of the team in the coming years. If this transformation is successful, Williams will not only be better prepared for next season, but will also have taken a fundamental step towards its recovery in Formula 1. Williams is at a turning point in its Formula 1 history. The FW47 is not just another car in its history, but the symbol of a deep reconstruction that encompasses technical development, financial strategy, and talent management. This car not only seeks to improve immediate performance in 2025, but is also a key piece in the preparation for the 2026 regulations, where aerodynamic efficiency and weight reduction will play an even more decisive role. The transformation of the FW47 has been one of the most ambitious in Williams' recent history. Under the direction of James Vowles, the team has implemented more than 1,000 innovations in its design, ensuring that each component fulfills an optimized function. The aerodynamics have been completely redesigned, with improvements to the floor, diffuser, and side pods, elements that have been key to the performance of the dominant teams of the previous season. In addition, the reduction in weight has corrected one of the biggest problems of the previous model, allowing for a more agile and balanced car. The development of the FW47 is not limited to the technical side. Williams has invested heavily in its infrastructure, modernizing its headquarters in Grove and strengthening its engineering team. This commitment not only seeks to improve the present, but also to ensure that the team is prepared for the regulatory changes that will redefine Formula 1 in the coming years. Financial stability, reinforced by new sponsors such as Santander and Atlassian, has allowed the team to not only invest in the car, but also in advanced simulation tools that will optimize its performance during the season. The impact of this evolution will also be reflected in Williams' driver strategy. With the arrival of Carlos Sainz and the continuity of Alex Albon, the team has opted for a combination of experience and talent, ensuring a solid lineup for the development of the FW47. However, this raises a question mark over the future of Franco Colapinto. His role within the Williams Academy positions him as a natural candidate for a seat in Formula 1, but his promotion will depend not only on his performance in Formula 2, but also on the performance of the FW47, and the teams need to incorporate new blood into its 2026 lineup. The FW47 is not just a transitional car, but a clear message from Williams. The team has left the years of limitations behind and now aims to regain its place on the grid. The success of this project will depend on multiple factors, from the competitiveness of the car to the team's ability to consolidate its growth in the coming years. If this development meets expectations, Williams could be starting a path that will take it back to the fight for relevant positions in Formula One. The big question now is, can Williams turn this ambitious project into concrete results? Leave us your opinion in the comments and subscribe to closely follow the evolution of the FW47 and the future of the team in the highest category of motorsport.